The First Amendment to the Constitution of the United States guarantees 5 basic freedoms. One of them is the freedom of religion. And with some 4,200 religions and spiritual traditions in the world, it's hard to know which of them is rooted in good and love. Well, today we meet a Lewis woman who identifies as a Wiccan and a psychic. And although she's often met with skepticism and even hate, she says what she does and believes is centered around helping those around her, as we hear from Chesapeake Country's Shane Walker.
Walk into Mandy's Magical Marketplace in Lewis, and you're met with magical wish jars and stone bags, crystals, and spell candles. It's not something out of a movie. It's a way of life for owner Mandy Stevenson, a psychic whose gift, she says, is used to help people.
So I would say when I first realized it, I was probably early teens, and I started noticing that I would predict things that were coming up for people around me, or I would have dreams that were very vivid that would actually happen within a week after me dreaming them.
At first, Mandy says, she was frightened and didn't really understand what was going on. But about 5 years ago, she really started to embrace her gift. Why the wait? Mandy says fear.
There is such a stigma against my religion and against psychics in general that we're weird or we're frauds. And I wanted to dispel that and show that I'm not scared anymore, and I'm going to be very open about who I am.
Mandy is also Wiccan in faith, and she strives to educate people about her religion.
We are very good people. We don't even believe in Satan. We believe in helping others, about karma, and making this world better, one person at a time.
Mandy says many of the items inside her store can go a long way in doing that. For instance, sage spray for safety and protection, herbs for healing and spell use, and crystals and stones.
People don't understand why do you carry crystals and stones? Because they carry energy. Anything from the earth carries energy. So a lot of them can help in different ways. Anything from protection, love, money, and money's probably one of the most popular, to anxiety and easing it in a lot of ways. So carrying stones, we like to teach how to use them here.
Mandy also carries spell candles. She makes them at home out of soy.
And then I carve them to help bring in what they need. So those are a top seller. And then I read the wax afterwards, so that's a big seller as well. They'll send me a picture and I can read how it burned.
Mandy also has an altar room inside her magical marketplace. It's open to the public.
And if you're having a bad day or just having hard times, it's a good place to put your wish in. And I collect them every full moon, and I burn them and release them every full moon for the public. And it's just to bring things in that you need in your life or to help in some way from the universe as a whole.
Another group of people Mandy focuses on is children.
So I do a lot of children's classes to help them with their feelings, their emotions, and so on. And then as a psychic, I'm able to pick up how the child feels. So from there, I can talk to the parent and, they find out ways to help their child with sleep problems or bullying.
But there's more to Mandy than her magical marketplace. She does a lot in the community. She works with other women in business to grow and share ideas. And she's working on a plan to ensure that one day a month, proceeds from her readings and services will go to a local charity. She also has very popular gatherings on the beach.
Everybody talks about it and they're like, this is really cool. And I have people that are families that come bring their children and they all put wishes into the fire. We all stand in a circle as a whole. And I believe that there's positivity and there's energy in numbers of people. So each one focusing on helping another person's wish come true, that really helps as a whole.
As for the future, Mandy says she understands there will always be skeptics.
I've actually been called a lot of different things, even Satan worshiper at times, and I know that, it's very untrue, and I believe in myself, and I have a huge backing of people that come in here, and I've seen great things for. So, I try to educate them at first, but if they don't listen, I just let it go.
She lets it go and focuses on the positive, something Mandy encourages every person to embrace, no matter their faith.
You have a choice every day. You can either wake up negative and walk around and have a bad life and just feel bad about everybody, or you can cheer up and be positive because there's so much in this world to be thankful for. And I'm so blessed I had this gift because I truly believe I've helped numerous people.
And one note you might find interesting, Mandy says she does believe there is a God, But she also believes there's more. She says it's great to have something to believe in. That means there's hope. She also puts together a mystical market each month featuring local spiritual vendors. If you're interested in learning more, we'll have the details on delmarvalife.com.